Well, the hardest hit by rising inflation are those who are struggling most. And as the cold weather hits and energy bills soar, people are finding it harder to stay warm. Sky's business and economics correspondent Gurpreet Narwan reports now from East London.
We're meant to have turned the page on the cost of living crisis. But for many people here at this library in East London, the story feels familiar. They're sheltering from the cold. Energy bills are rising. Inflation is back above the Bank of England's target.
We've obviously got a high degree of disposable income being spent on rent. The next one often is fuel. And there is not much left in terms of just putting food on the table.
There's quite a number of people around to have a chat with, especially with the warm haven, where we get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee.
We can't do on the heaters always in the home. So after if school is finished, we come in here and we a little bit spend here and we go home and relax.
30 to 40 people come here after school every day. They can get a hot drink and keep warm. But the government says it has things under control.
Well, we know that the cost of living continues to be a problem for working families across the country, but gone are the days when inflation was at 10, 11%, driving family bills through the roof. The good news is that inflation is stable, it's close to target, and that will be good for working families across the country.
But when it comes to inflation, is Labour risking the recovery?
Labour's first budget increased investment spending, a big cash injection into the economy. It's also raising employers' national insurance contributions. Businesses say they will raise prices as a result.
At the moment, there are months when some of our suppliers are going unpaid, for as long as they will allow. And it's literally pinching from here to pay someone else when we can. And it wasn't this bad before. It's becoming really dire. It's only by the grace of God that we're keeping afloat right now.
The Tories say the government is playing with fire.
I think what is most important now is, as we look forward over the coming years, what is the trajectory of inflation like to be like? And the independent forecaster, the Office for Budget Responsibility, tells us that it will be higher in every year as a consequence of the measures taken by this government.
The government is sanguine about inflation. But if the last few years have taught us anything, it's that the public can't afford for policymakers to be complacent. Gurpreet Narwan, Sky News.